Hello everyone, this is King El Bey, and I'm going to do a series of videos on how to stop child support. This particular video is going to stop child support from the beginning of the child's birth. If mom and dad is in agreement, they can stop child support from birth, from learning how to contract. Because everything in our society is dealing with contracts. So, as you can see, this is from the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services. But we're going to take a quick timeout so I can do my disclaimer. Okay, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please be advised, I'm not an attorney. If you're seeking, this video is not legal advice. If you're seeking legal advice, find yourself a competent attorney in which you can get your legal advice from. So that being said, let me move on. Okay, this video, like I said, is to stop child support from the birth, conception. Once the child is been conceived and born into the world, this is what you guys need to do for yourself. You don't need them. You create your own acknowledgement of natural birth. Okay? You create your own documents. Alright? You state the name and all of that. You go through all of that. This is the back. And this stuff right here is going to be on the back. But you put the name, you create the child's name, the mother's name, the father's name, and you do all of that yourself. Not separate from the state. You have your own documentation. Okay? And you write the contracts, the terms and conditions of your own contract. And you give notice of rights and responsibilities and duties and due process safeguards to protect yourself. You spell out the terms without any of these codes. You do that yourself in the form of an affidavit. Now, once you get that done, this is the next step. Once you get that done, don't sign it in the form of an affidavit. Do this. Go here. Don't make it an affidavit. Do this an unsworn declaration under penalty of perjury and put this at the bottom. Don't do an affidavit. Don't attach the notary to your documents. I'm not going to explain why. There's some different techniques and acknowledgement, but believe me, I got a reason why. I'm just not going to go into all of that because I'm trying to keep the video short. So you're going to do this. Once you get your acknowledgement of birth done, at the bottom you will sign it without the United States. Okay? Right here. See, this is within the United States. The first one is without. Do that. Alright? Now, once you get that done, okay, you got to do what they call is a notary acknowledgement and of a natural birth with a notary attestation. Okay, once you do that, you then once you do that, you get everything done. Once you do your notary acknowledgement of a certificate, okay, then you move on to get the notary attached to your birth certificate on a separate sheet, authenticated. And you're going to spell out in that notary attestation how many pages of the birth certificate is. If it's one page, it'll be on there with the name and all of that. With the notary attestation, okay, um, it's called an acknowledgement, certificate of acknowledgement um, by notary attestation. I'll say it again. Certificate of acknowledgement by notary attestation. You get the notary to attest. You then get the notary authenticated. I'm not going to go over everything. Let me see if I can find authentication in the VIS codes. Let me see if I can find that. Just break this down for you. When a claim is when a claim is presented against the estate of a deceased or whatever, but this go presented against an estate, written proof, affidavit of the claimant that the claim is justly due, that no payment blank blank go down. The affidavit set forth the security not due in the rise of a tort. So when dealing with records, let me see. Let me see. This is not it, but it has something to do with authentication of a claim. I like to do the that's the deceased, but we're gonna go authentication of records. But this is the same thing. Now, normally through business and stuff like that, that's a form of identification. But I'm just trying to go through and find the codes. I ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time on this. But what you would do, let's go to the Secretary of State office. I'm just gonna type this up real quick. So you're gonna get one authenticated. They call it sometimes a apostille. It certifies the authenticity of a signature of a person, authority that signed or sealed the public document in capacity in which it was done. So you're going to go here, okay? All right. Now, like I said, you can get it authenticated without the United States. You got to tell them that it's in a particular country that's not a part of the Geneva Convention and get your document authenticated, okay, by your state office of authentication. You can also mail your stuff into Washington and get your stuff authenticated. Here's some other stuff that you can do and get it all authenticated. Of vital records, you can get all authenticated. Just showing you some stuff. Trying to keep this video short. Okay, once you get your records authenticated, right, you then going to go here. Come to must. Okay, let me see where must at. You then what you would do is you would file with must. You would file everything, get a petition. You have several choices. Now must will take it, and must would then put their court order with it. It would get your with must with our organization. You will petition the birth records. You will put the petition number here. This birth record petition number. You will put it here. I mean, you will go here, put your name, address, that petition number, petition with petition number, and you will put it here. You put your petition number here. I mean, petition number here with your petition here when you submit. And then you will send your documents to must. Okay, the must family court. We would get the documents attached. You just send us your stuff. Don't send us the originals. Send us only copies. You keep the originals. Because you're going to take that. Once you get all of this done, you then going to take that to. You got several ways you could do it. You can file it on the county recorders. Okay. And get that certified. But you also can go to, let me see, probate court. You can go to probate court where now you can have this together for this. Instructions for registration and Ohio birth record. You can do it here. Okay. And just to let you know, like it says this, witnesses and documentary evidence. They say this is family Bible, federal records, childbirth records. They don't say in particular, as it says childbirth records. You also can use baptism certificates. And once you get our stuff from us and all of that will go into filing this at probate. You will get this all done at probate. Probate court, then you file all of this, and this is how it will work. With your contract, with your own everything. Now you become the holder of due course. Okay? Then you will come back to must, your name, you will come to must, and we have other parts of the organization through your contract. You would get a Morris name in which you would do business in the public, and we'll protect that name through contracts and through other agreements and other things that we would do to help you secure that name. Okay? And once you get that done, you will separate yourself and show the relationship between you and your strong man, or what we call your more man. Alright? Let me see what else. Let me go. Let me see that out. Let me show you something. Now, this is the state of mine. If this is this statute within my state, You have to find wherever state you is. You have the same, probably something similar. It says a new birth record or a foreign birth record in any certified or exact copy of a birth record or foreign birth record, when properly authenticated by a duly authorized person, shall be prima facie evidence in all courts, place of the facts stated in the new birth record or foreign birth record. So, what I'm trying to tell you is this: if you have did that can process everything that we done. And the only reason I advise you to may go to probate court is because you might want to travel in and out the country, or you can file it with the you can file this in the court um, as a record. They can also do it. You can petition the court under this for a birth record, and then you would need the court to give you an order so you can get like a passport or whatever. You feel me? Or or you could just file it with the probate court, and the probate court will have a copy of this, and this allow you to get a passport. So if I was you, instead of getting a state ID, and I'll talk about that later on, I would give my child a passport and upgrade the passport from time to time or whatever, as the child get bigger for identification purposes. And you can file this with the state. Now I'm just showing you the statutes. Let me go on here. Now, this is also need to be your documentation when you're doing the birth certificate. Arbitration agreement. Now, you can do it within the state. You can do it with must information that we become the arbitrators, but here is the statute for that. Or you don't have to use this particular statute. You can create your own provisions. But just to let you know, this look at this. It says a written provision in any written contract except provided in provision B of this section to settle by arbitration or controversy. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole statute. You need to look up within your state. You can see what's going on. Here's the statute number if you live in my state, and take it from there. I just want to talk to you about personal property. Just give you an idea of really what's going on. When you're born into your parents' estate. You become personal property. The personal property includes tangible things subject of ownership, whether they're animated or inanimated, including in business fixtures. And that does not constitute real property. So I just want to let you understand some of these definitions. And this is under real estate. I think this is under that statute, or even under, they got it under taxation, but it comes under the statute to show you. I just want to let y'all understand some of these terms and definition, and look up this term, tangible and intangible. Let me see, do I got that looked up for you guys? That's a disclaimer. Let me see, did I look it up? Okay. Now, chattel paper. Now, it's in one of these statutes I'm going to show you. Chattel paper, a tangible good or intangible right. And all your birth certificates, all the documents that you ever create, they consider to be personal chattel or chattel personal. Personal chattel, okay? Or chattel personal. So I want you to look at this and understand this. Trying to keep it pushing, to keep the video short. Let's keep it going now. Let's keep it going. Commercial paper, just let you know, means an account established by an individual primarily for personal, okay? Commercial paper, now it says this up here. This under UCC 3. Consumer accounts under commercial paper means an account established by an individual primarily for personal, family, or household purposes. Consumer transactions means transactions which an individual incurs obligations primarily for personal, family, or household purposes. I'm just going to give you some of this stuff. Look this up. You guys in different states got to look up these statutes similar to your states. Keep it pushing. See, what's this? The sign. Oh, that's the sign. Now, this is miscellaneous, and I just want a testamentary and non-testamentary. I want you to look at what it says. Property means any property, real or personal, and tangible and intangible. I want you to know when you create your documents, and if you have a will, this is one of the reasons why, and you file it with the probate court to let them keep a record of everything in your probate court. Okay, you can add to the probate, like your children's birth certificates. All of that can be added in your will as a record and can be considered evidence. And if you do it right, you should make several copies of those documents, in which someone in the family should put those documents up, and you should have all of that just in case something happened. You should have at least 5 or 6 copies of those documents, and that you can use as evidence and according to your will in the court. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to read this. It says the disclaimer means any person or guardian personally representative of a person or estate of a person, or an attorney of fact or agent of a person having general or specific authority to grant in a written instrument who is any of the following. And then it goes here: heirs and heir, next to kin, the devisee, legatee, donee, person succeeding to disclaim interest, surviving tenant. So it just go on. I'm not going to go through this whole thing. And it talks about fiduciary rights, privileges, powers, and immunities, and all of that. So you guys in different states need to look up that, because all of this stuff is very critical when setting up your estates and everything, in which we know how to do a must to protect. So this comes when a baby first come out the womb. We're protecting your rights. Now I'm gonna talk about these documents. Now you can give all these documents a price. When evidence of a debt or written instrument is subject to a criminal act, somebody steal your documents. Your documents can have value. So I'll talk about that at a later time. Let me see. Just to let you know, just going over some stuff. When your documents are authenticated, you get full faith and credit. Just to let you know, look at this statute. Going over that. Let me see, was there anything that I missed on this video. I went here. Let's go here. No, that's pretty much it in the video from write-up publicity. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Once you do all of that, then you want to get your name trademarked and everything to protect your rights. And this is the statute for that. And this is why you want to do that, and you put it in the commercial registry. We'll talk about all this stuff and how it works with the UCCs probably in another video, but I'm just gonna give y'all this. So this is the last component. So if you within my state, this is the statute. Read it, understand it, and we'll take it. You come to us, we're gonna take it and help you set up everything and get you and your wife, your baby mama. We'll show you how to protect yourself and show you how not to have personal jurisdiction and not to be subject of the court. This is King El Bey. I'm dropping this knowledge. Like I said, let's go to Mus. Let me go here. Check us out. Okay. We'll give you our telephone number. I'd like to come back. Go to my Facebook page, Moore's Universal Society of Tribes, and check us out. Check us out. Look at all the stuff that I post. I also do blog talk radios. So go there, look up the King El Bey Show on Blog Talk Radio. Our number is 513-549-7270. 513-549-7270. Give us a call. We can help you. Those who want it, we know how to do trust. We know how to do all this stuff. Birth certificates. We know how to get you your credentials for identification purposes and all the documents you need to be able to move around. People talk about rights to travel. We're going to show you all of that, how to deal with the courts, how to deal with state police officers, city police officers or policy enforcers. And we're gonna get you the credentials that you need, and we're gonna take it from there, because everything is about property rights. So remember, think about King El Bey when you're trying to asset protect your property and your family. So this video is now over. I just want to say peace and love. I'm out.